Hello, my name is Brenda Kirk, and I'm the Juvenile Case Manager in the South Grad Court. I would like to extend our sincere appreciation for your presence here today. Thank you for a successful year and the continued success we will have in the 2015-2016 school year. The relationship between the Dallas County Grad Court and our community service providers is vital to the success of our students' grade recovery, attendance, which equals a future diploma. We believe in you and trust you that when a child is referred to your program, you will make every effort to see to it that the child has every opportunity to succeed that results in grade recovery, attendance, which equals a diploma. Yes, throughout the years, the partnership with our service providers has proven to be invaluable in assuring that the available community resources reach those families and students that are in need of services. We look forward to working together to increase the number of graduates in Dallas County to bring about great recovery, attendance, which equals a future diploma. Thank you again for all your hard work and dedication, and remember, grade plus recovery plus attendance equal diploma. Grade plus recovery plus attendance equal diploma. Grade plus
Today on Toprah.
Look, I have 3 other kids that I have to make sure is okay.
Everybody is a priority.
It's not all about Alizé.
Thank you all for joining us. Today on Toprah, we will be talking about truancy in Dallas County. Many of you may have heard the recent stories regarding failure to attend school, so we have joining us today Ms. Phyllis Jones, Juvenile Case Manager with the Dallas County Grad Court. We also have Ms. Caviar Jackson and her daughter Alizé, who's a family that was referred to the courts. Ms. Jones, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us what happens when a student is referred to your court.
Sure. When a student is referred to us by the school district, it's because of a certain number of absences that the student has had, failure to attend school. When the case is filed with the court, the family comes to court and speaks with the judge in regards to their plea. The judge then has the student referred to me, the juvenile case manager, not on every occasion, but on certain occasions. That's where I come in.
Okay. And Ms. Jackson, thank you for joining us. When you were notified that you were going to have to go to court with your daughter, what were your initial thoughts?
Money. Dallas County just wants some money. You don't care anything about my child at all. You either, Ms. Jones. You already knew she wasn't going to school, so the first thing I thought about when I got the mail was Dallas County want money, nothing else.
Okay. And Alizé, were you aware that you would be going to truancy court?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you try to hide the fact from your mom?
No, ma'am. Stop lying, girl. You always steal the mail when she's at home.
You say when she's at home.
That's what I said.
Does she not come home all the time?
She does not. She has a history of leaving the house without permission and staying gone 2 or 3 days. So I already knew she wasn't going to school. I mean, I knew that.
Right. Were there any resources available to you prior to you being summoned to court?
Mr. Jerry Wright, the counselor at the school, now he tried to help me. He referred me to her. She never answers her phone.
Why would Mr. Wright refer you to the court?
Because Alizé was a good student. Last year, she started having problems and acting up, and I needed some help. I didn't know what was going on with her.
And so he thought to refer you to...
I went to the school.
You went to the school, and the school referred you to a court.
Yes.
Rather than a community-based program.
That's right.
Okay.
Because he had a program before, a case before, and he knew Ms. Jones, and so yes, he did.
Okay.
He referred me to Ms. Jones. He sure did.
And Ms. Jones, during your initial assessment with Ms. Jackson and Alizé, did you notice any issues that stood out, any dynamics of the family that made you think that they were appropriate for services that you could provide?
Right, because we work with a lot of different service providers that fulfilled many different needs. Based on the assessment between Ms. Jackson and Alizé, it was clear that there was some communication issues and something bigger was going on. That there were some communication issues between the two of you.
What do you mean?
That there was a clash between the two of you.
What do you mean a clash?
That you guys don't get along because of your body
similar
language.
to what you're doing now, Ms. Jackson.
Excuse me, what was your name again?
Toprah. I'm sure you've heard of Toprah.
I actually haven't.
You haven't heard of Toprah?
I'm from Greenville, Texas. I haven't heard you.
Well,
We've only been up here 2 years.
I was sure we were on all over, including in Greenville. So, but I am Toprah, and I was just saying that the communication issues that were identified during the assessment, did you learn anything during the assessment that was news to you as far as any of her behavior?
No. I know my child very well. She does not listen. She doesn't go to school. She likes to run the streets. She's involved in a lot of sexual, explicit type of activities.
She's 15 years old and she likes to run the streets?
She does.
And I think a part of our assessment was to figure out why this started. I know we had this conversation because you had no problems with Alizé 6 months prior to this. So something happened with that. I think we had a conversation with Alizé.
You're the case manager.
I did. I am. I'm about to get to that.
Do
I
your
believe
part.
Alizé said that there was a male figure now coming into the house that wasn't there before prior to 6 months.
Ms. Jones, that doesn't have anything to do with Alizé running the streets.
Can you tell us a little bit about the story that's going on?
My boyfriend does not have anything to do with her not going to school.
How about we let Alizé
time.
speak a little bit?
Ms. Jones.
Because I know she told me
Ms.
something. Ms.
Jones, let's do this. When you reach across, don't let your hand extend all the way across here.
This is not threatening. We are in an environment to talk
Y'all
about
go
this
ahead.
situation.
Here on the Toprah Show, we are all about love. So we're going to embrace each other in love, and if we touch, it's in love. Because I don't have security on Toprah. We don't do that here. Alizé,
can I just ask one thing?
You can, but
the
we're going to hear
programs that you send me and my child to, how are they supposed to help me?
They are. You're supposed to speak with them, and they will
But
go
I told
over.
you I couldn't get there, Ms. Jones. I don't have a car.
There has to be a way in order to make it there. All the programs we work with usually are on a bus route.
I don't have bus fare.
I spoke
don't
with
work.
you in regards to, I will sit down and we will map out a route and map out the time. We'll speak with the program. We'll make sure you have all the avenues that you need in order to make it there. And that's where the struggle comes in. In order for you to get the help, we have to work together for you to get there.
I told you that 2 months ago.
I'm interested in hearing what Alizé has to say in all of this. You're actually the focus and the center of this. You're the reason why your mom has to go to truancy court. Talk to us about what's going on. I mean, 6 months ago, she's saying that this wasn't the same behavior. What's happening? What's going on with you?
What you mean, what's going on? I ain't been going to school.
Well, that's clear by the filing that the school district did. So why aren't you going to school? What changed between 6 months ago and now?
I'm just not going. I don't want to go. School is boring. What?
She don't care.
It's got to be more to it than that.
How come it's got to be more?
Because you don't just all of a sudden be turned off by school. There's got to be something
It doesn't
going
have
on.
to be something else.
I mean, and Mama, she's just going to sit here in front. She's just going to keep on fronting, acting like we ain't got no problems at the house. So
What problem do you have? You're not paying rent. You don't pay utilities. You don't buy
Mama,
food.
you know what the problems are. You just up
Look,
here
I
fronting.
have 3 other kids that I have to make sure is okay.
Everybody is a
It's
priority.
not all about
but me.
Alizé. She thinks
I have
it's
to
all
watch her
about her.
kids
You
that
need to
she
go to
made.
school every day. You need to be on time. You need to make sure that Alizé has what she needs. Because baby, she's 15 and in 2 years, Alizé is out of girl. Don't get loud.
Time get that,
Don't
my
get
clothes
loud.
not clean. You don't even
You
wash
run
my
the streets
clothes.
all the time.
You don't even wash my
You
clothes.
run the streets. Whatever you're doing in the streets,
Please.
you get some money while you're
I
out
ain't
there.
going up there.
Then she always talking about her daddy. Ray don't care nothing about you, girl.
Well, you lay down with her, Mama.
Okay,
Ray
now-
is just fine.
Now, what we're going to do,
That's my daddy.
Baby.
Why you always gotta
Baby.
talk about my daddy? But
Miss
you got that
Jackson,
man
y'all
sitting up
better
in
get
the
her.
house.
Miss
And you know what that man be
Miss
doing to
Jackson.
me.
We are having a
You know
conversation.
what he
Y'all
be
better
doing
get
with
her.
me.
You better go
You
to
know,
break or do
and he don't
something.
care nothing
How
about
about-
it.
oh, I've got it.
You know what's
There
wrong
you
with
go.
me? Your boyfriend. He been telling you all this time that he been touching on me. And you don't do nothing. Nothing.
Miss Jackson.
You just act
Baby,
like nothing
this
happens.
is a game. Alizé does this all the time.
That's what I'm talking
How do you
about.
know
That's
it's
what
a
I'm
game?
talking about.
Clearly, there's something going
Because
on.
I've known her for 15 years. You've known her for 15 minutes. That's how I know it's a game.
Absolutely, but if she's telling you, if she's making an outcry, why would she make this up?
This
if
is a
you
game.
notice the behavior
This
change.
is a game.
But the game just started. She hasn't had game for 15 years. It just started. So surely you have to
Do you
know.
have any kids?
I do.
Okay.
I have
How
children.
you deal with yours? Because you don't know
But
mine.
we're not here to deal with my children. My children aren't at the grad court. Your child is. So we have to
My
focus
child
on your
came
child
to
and the
grad court.
issues.
She went before the judge. I told the judge the problems that I was having with this girl.
Which
he
is
sent me to her,
probably-
and she hasn't
absolutely.
helped me. Now, what am I supposed to
but
do?
Miss-
Y'all trying to make all of this about me. I want my child to have an education. Your case manager not helping me, so what am I supposed to do?
Well, if you have a reason,
Nothing is wrong
as
with
to
Alizé.
why Miss Jones, when she refers you to a service, you don't have transportation. Your hair is cute. How did you get to a hair salon?
What's your name again?
Toprah with a
Answer,
T.
mama,
Yes,
answer.
Toprah.
Toprah.
Don't worry about me.
But I have to
I didn't
worry
ask you how you
about
got
you.
this studio and how you got your hair fixed.
through hard
your
work
job
and
is not
dedication.
here to worry
Hard
about
work
me.
and dedication.
Okay, I'll talk to you after the show.
Hard work and dedication.
I'll talk
You're
to you
giving
after
her
the
every
show.
excuse, but when you don't value the services that she's giving you, she can't make you
It's
go.
not that I don't value them. See, this is my problem with so-called professional people. You don't listen. I cannot get there. I don't have a car.
We
I
have
told her
provided
that.
you with bus routes and how to
what?
get there. We have provided you with how
She's
to
a lie.
get there.
She's a lie. Miss Jones, you lying.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but
Well,
that's
how
not
about
the
I
truth.
provide you with bus
Do that
fare?
then. Do that.
Would you go?
Give me the passes and I'll let you know.
Would you go? Well,
Give
no,
me the passes and I'll
no.
let you. Yes,
I'll
I'll go.
Toprah don't just
She's
give
not
stuff
gonna go.
away.
I'll go.
We have to have an agreement.
I'll go.
Okay.
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 I'll go.
Good. Now we have an agreement. So now we have an agreement that you are going to participate in the program. Do you
You
mind?
had that agreement before now, but go ahead.
Do you mind after your participation, you and Alizé coming back to the show and talking about our progress, and we can see where we are? Because to me, if you agree to come back, then you're likely to go. Surely you wouldn't come back on Toprah and don't hold up your end of the bargain. Because, you know, I give away cars, I give away purses, I give away red bottoms. But I want to make this an experience where you commit to doing something for your daughter, and then when you come back, maybe we can have a follow-up celebration.
I don't mind coming back with Alizé because I do want help from her, but I don't want Miss Jones here. I don't want nobody around me that's not of service to me.
Why is Miss Jones the focus?
Because when you have a problem and you're offered some so-called help and the person is not helping you, who else is supposed to be the focus?
The
Tomar,
person
is
with
it?
the problem.
Well,
Miss Jackson.
You asked me if I would come back. My answer was yes, as long as Miss Jones is not here.
Miss Jones, when you encounter a parent like Miss Jackson, I know it's got to be hard to keep your cool.
Right.
Because
Only if you don't know what you're doing.
we keep our cool here because I don't have security. And girl, I just got my hair fixed. And baby, for us to throw down in here, it'll be a mess.
This is so
we're
unprofessional.
gonna and see the thing about it, when
This
you
is
have
so
your own
unprofessional.
show, you don't have to be professional. This
This
is
is
Toprah.
so
I do it like Toprah does
unprofessional.
it.
Right.
So what
I
I'm
ain't never
saying
heard
is,
you
when
say
you
so anyway.
encounter parents like that, does it make it more difficult when you're trying to ensure that the students, because that's who this is about, that they're getting the services that they need? How difficult does it make it?
It makes it difficult, but I think it also has to do with listening to what really is going on and trying to figure out the root of the issue.
Because clearly there are issues.
Because clearly there's a vast majority of issues that we're not going to fix in one sitting and one show with one meeting with the case manager, or even a few or two or three. But our main focus is to remain, and that she is graduating from high school, that she gets her diploma, and that she gets back into school. So that's what we try and bring this all about.
That's what you
The
want
whole
them to
meeting.
think it's
If
about.
there's other things that we can help along the way, great. But our main focus is that Alizé gets back to school regularly, going every day, all day, and then eventually graduating from school.
Well, I want to thank my guests for coming today. Miss Jones, bless your heart. Maybe you
Thank
can
you.
do a scratch off and win the lottery.
I hope so.
Or maybe you can win one of Toprah's prizes. Miss Jackson, I hope that you would take me up on my offer to
Girl,
provide
go on
you
and
with
wrap
bus
this show up and
passes.
stop front. Go on, baby. Just
And
bypass me.
Alizé, with a mother like that, all I can say is good luck. If you need us here at the Toprah Show, we are here for you.
She needs you. She gonna need a ride home. She needs you now.
Well, obviously you do too, since you don't have a car.
Okay, she needs you.
So, and as I was saying, Alizé, hopefully you all will come back and join us for our follow-up show after after
If
your
you're still on
service,
the air.
after your meeting with the service providers. And thank you for joining us. We're back. 6 weeks later, we have joining us again Miss Phyllis Jones from the Dallas County Grad Court, Miss Caviar Jackson, and her daughter Alizé. 6 weeks ago, they came into the show. Alizé had been in truancy court. Miss Jackson was a little reluctant in service, but today we want to talk about where we are. Miss Jones, did we see any change? Because you know Miss Jackson over there was ready to give everybody the business.
We did. We sat down and discussed the issues and the lack of communication that we were having with each other, the missed phone calls. So we got that under control after the first show, and we were able to get mom and the student to attend the service provider program, and they did very well. Allison is doing great back at school now. She's going every day, getting there on time, and they know they have access to the case manager if they need anything else.
Miss Jackson, you must not have made it home. You got the same clothes on. No, I'm just kidding. What was
I don't like you.
Well, that's okay, because everybody loves Toprah. So just one not liking me is okay. What did you think of the services that you were referred to?
The services were actually good, I must admit. It was some things that I had not discovered about myself. Things that took place.
About you?
Yes. Things that took place in my childhood, and I didn't realize that I was still carrying some of those issues around.
And so how has that helped with your relationship with
We've
Alizé?
learned how to talk. Before, I used to tell Alizé, I have other kids, but I've realized she's the oldest and I need to spend more one-on-one times with her.
Alizé,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, whoa. How was the program for you?
Well, the program, it was good. I learned a lot. Me and my mom would get along better, and her boyfriend is no longer there, so it fixed a lot of things that I was going through at home, and my grades have really come up, and everything is good. I really don't have anything to complain about. I'm grateful, thankful that we came on the show, and I'm just happy. I'm glad
It
to
was
have
the
my
red
mom.
bottoms that did it, y'all. That's why she's grateful. No, I'm just kidding. So, in your experience with the Dallas County Grad Court, prior to that, how familiar were you with the resources that are in our communities?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't at all. If it wasn't for Mr. Jerry Wright, the counselor, I wouldn't have even got the contact information from for Miss Jones. So I wasn't aware of anything at all.
Okay. And Alizé, do you feel comfortable now when you have an issue or something comes up? Are you comfortable? Are you more comfortable now than you were before? Do you have some coping mechanisms besides not going to school? How is that working for you?
I just pretty much changed a lot of the people I was hanging out with. Got a lot of new friends, people I normally wouldn't have hung with, or start socializing just a little bit more with the positive kids in the school. And when I have problems with the teacher, I come to mom and I talk to mom about it, and she pretty much handles that instead of me trying to take care of it myself at the school.
So would you all say overall in your experience, I know it's a court experience, so it's probably not a pleasant experience, but would you say that the service provider, that the program that you participated in made the difference?
Yes, we learned a lot of tools and techniques while we were there. And I just wanted to apologize to you. I realized after actually giving her a chance to work with our families that she really helped out. She's dealing with a lot of issues. She has a large caseload. When I got there, it was a lot of families that was in need of services. So I had to give her an opportunity to actually extend the services to us and actually help us. And I just wanted to say that I apologize. And thank you for helping me and my family.
Thank you for seeing me.
Well, that's it for Toprah today. As you can see, Dallas County Grad Court doing it one more time. Y'all join us next week. We got Snoop Dogg. Now y'all gonna look funny.
World control.